Have you ever looked up at the night sky? Have you ever felt a deep, quiet sense of wonder? We see countless stars like tiny diamonds scattered across an endless velvet cloth. They seem to whisper secrets to us, secrets about where we come from, secrets about the universe itself. For thousands of years, humanity has asked the same questions. Who are we? Why are we here? And who or what created all of this breathtaking beauty? They are questions that live inside every single one of us, a longing to understand our place in the grand cosmic story. This deep yearning for knowledge is as old as our species. They saw stories written in the constellations. They felt a divine presence in the rising sun and the gentle glow of the moon. They believed that the universe was not a random accident. Instead, they saw it as a deliberate, sacred creation, a masterpiece painted by a divine artist. This is the world of Hermeticism, where science and spirituality are not enemies, but two sides of the same glorious coin. Imagine for a moment that you have found a hidden library. The scrolls are ancient, their edges frayed by time. As you unroll one, you find not a history of wars or kings, but a direct message from the mind of God. This is the promise of the Corpus Hermeticum, a collection of texts that claim to reveal the deepest truths of existence. So who was the guide who left us this incredible map? His name is Hermes Trismegistus. He is a figure at the crossroads of history and myth. He is a blend of two magnificent deities. This fusion created a legendary sage, master of all knowledge, heavenly and earthly. He was seen as a divine teacher, a human who had achieved enlightenment. He was believed to be the fountainhead of all wisdom. He taught humanity the arts of civilization. Sacred secrets passed down from master to student. He was the ultimate guide, the one who could bridge the gap between the human and the divine. This is not a single book, but a series of dialogues or sermons. In them, Hermes Trismegistus instructs his disciples on the nature of God, the universe, and the human soul. These texts were lost to the Western world for more than 1,000 years. When they were rediscovered during the Renaissance, they ignited a revolution in thought. They inspired scientists like Isaac Newton and artists like Leonardo da Vinci. They offered a new way of seeing the world. They presented a universe that was alive, intelligent, and filled with divine purpose. Hermes Trismegistus became a symbol of this unified vision. He was, and still is, the great messenger of cosmic truth. Within the Corpus Hermeticum, there is one particular text that stands out for its beauty and clarity. It is known as Corpus Hermeticum III, or simply, the Sacred Sermon. This is not a lecture filled with complex doctrines. It is a revelation. The sermon is a journey. It begins in the mind of God and flows outward to create the stars, the planets, every living thing. It is a story of cosmic creation, told with a sense of profound awe and reverence. The opening of the sacred sermon sets a powerful tone. It declares that the glory of all things is God. This simple statement is the foundation for everything that follows. It tells us that the universe is not a cold, empty place. It is a manifestation of a single divine source. Every star that shines, every planet that turns, every creature that breathes is a part of this glory. Hermes teaches that God is the one, the ultimate source of everything that exists, not a distant, separate God on a throne in the heavens. This God is both the creator and the creation. Imagine a single, infinite mind thinking the entire universe into being. Every galaxy, every sun, every single atom is a thought within this divine consciousness. This is the God of Hermes Trismegistus. He is not a being, but being itself. Hermes explains that this one is eternal, unborn, without name. Any name we give is a human attempt at the indescribable. God is the silent source from which all sound emerges. He is the darkness from which all light is born. He is the stillness from which all motion begins. The one is described as a maker, a craftsman. What does God make things from? He makes them from himself. No other substance exists to use. God does not use external material. He projects the world from within his own being. This is a powerful idea. The universe is not separate from God. It is made of God stuff. Everything you see, everything you touch is part of this divine essence. The rocks, the trees, the air you breathe, you yourself are expressions of the one. The teaching has a beautiful consequence. If everything is part of God, everything is sacred. The material world is not fallen or sinful. It is a divine manifestation. a mirror of the Creator's glory. The sermon tells us that from the One, a holy light appeared. This was the first emanation, the first step in the creation of the cosmos. It was the blueprint for everything that was to come. From this divine light, a second principle emerged. This was the world of the gods, the celestial archetypes. You can think of these as the primary thoughts of the Creator. They are the perfect, ideal forms of everything that would later exist in the material world. Hermes describes these divine beings as pure and powerful. They are the architects and overseers of the cosmos. They are the conductors of a great cosmic symphony, ensuring that every note is played in perfect time and harmony. The birth of the cosmos, according to Hermes, is a cascade of divinity, flowing from the One into light and from light into a pantheon of cosmic architects. Once the realm of the gods was established, the next stage of creation began. This was the formation of the physical heavens. Hermes describes how the divine craftsman organized the cosmos into concentric spheres. At the center was the Earth, Moon, Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. Beyond them, the sphere of fixed stars, the boundary of the known universe. Not a mechanical model, a living, breathing system. Each sphere governed by a divine power, a god, not distant forces. Administrators of creation, governors of fate, distributors of qualities and energies shaping life. Think of them as cosmic gardeners. Jupiter, growth and generosity. Mars, courage and energy. Saturn, discipline and structure. Movements of spheres distribute the divine will to the lower world. Hermes speaks with reverence. He calls them the sensible gods, perceivable by our senses, visible representatives of invisible archetypes. The sun is more than fire. It is the vessel for the divine craftsman, source of light and life. The moon governs cycles of growth and decay. Planets journey through the zodiac, weaving the tapestry of time and experience, a vision of profound interconnectedness. What happens in the heavens affects Earth, foundation of astrology, but for Hermes, a sacred science. The study of how the divine mind communicates with the material world through the stars. After the creation of the heavens, the final stage was the formation of the world we know, the earth and all the creatures upon it. Hermes explains that the divine craftsman delegated this task to the celestial gods. The planetary rulers, using archetypal patterns from the higher realm, went to work. They mixed the four elements, earth, water, air, fire, to create the physical forms of plants, animals, and human beings. The material world was not an afterthought. It was the ultimate expression of the divine plan, the place where the spiritual could become fully manifest. For Hermes, the world is a sacred temple. Before we continue, if you like this eye-opening revelation, like and click the subscribe button to this channel. Thanks, let's continue. The sermon emphasizes the beauty and goodness of the physical world. It is an ornament of God, a beautiful decoration reflecting the glory of its maker. The physical world is a mirror. When we look at it with the right eyes, we can see the face of God reflected back at us. Hermes then describes the creation of life. He speaks of souls being sown into the world, each one carrying a spark of the divine. Animals were given instinct and sensation, but humanity was given something more. Humans were created in the image of God, endowed with both a mortal body and an immortal divine mind. This makes humanity unique. We are creatures of two worlds. We have our feet planted on the earth, but our minds can reach for the stars. We are the bridge between the material and the spiritual, the mortal and the divine. Our task is to become conscious of our own divinity. We are the priests of the cosmic temple. By studying nature, by contemplating the stars, by looking within ourselves, we can come to know the Creator. The material world, far from being a distraction, is our primary tool for spiritual growth. It is the book in which the sacred sermon is written, and it is our job to learn how to read its pages and understand its profound message. A central theme that runs through the sacred sermon is the idea of cosmic harmony. The universe created by the One is not a collection of separate, competing parts. It is a single, unified organism. Every piece is perfectly interconnected with every other piece. The stars, the planets, the elements, the plants, the animals, and humanity are all woven together into one magnificent tapestry. Nothing is out of place. Nothing is without purpose. The entire cosmos functions as a single, harmonious whole, constantly maintained by the will of the Creator. Hermes uses beautiful imagery to describe this harmony. He speaks of the universe as a choir, where every being sings its own unique note, but all the notes blend together to create a perfect symphony of praise for God. The planets in their orbits create a music of the spheres. The cycles of the seasons on Earth are a rhythmic dance. The processes of life, death, and rebirth are all part of this larger orderly flow. There is a divine logic, a cosmic reason that permeates everything and ensures that the entire system remains in balance. This harmony is maintained by the celestial gods. They are the governors who ensure that the laws of nature are upheld. They manage the flow of energy from the heavens to the earth. The sun gives light and warmth. The moon governs the tides. The earth provides nourishment. Each part plays its role perfectly, contributing to the well-being of the whole. This vision is deeply ecological. It suggests that every part of nature is essential and deserves our respect. To harm one part of the system is to create discord in the entire symphony. For humanity, understanding this harmony is key to a good life. When we live in accordance with this cosmic order, we experience health, peace, and well-being. When we act against it, driven by ignorance or selfishness, we create suffering for ourselves and for the world around us. The sermon is a call to align ourselves with this universal harmony. It encourages us to listen to the music of the cosmos, to find our own unique note in the choir, and to sing it with joy and reverence. By doing so, we not only fulfill our own purpose, but we contribute to the beauty and order of all creation. Today is September 8th, 2025. Thousands of years have passed since these words were first written down. We now have a very different picture of the universe. We know the Earth is not the center. We know the stars are distant suns, and the planets are worlds in their own right. Our science has revealed a cosmos far larger and more complex than Hermes could have ever imagined. So, one might ask, what value can these ancient teachings possibly hold for us now? The answer, I believe, is a resounding yes. The power of the Hermetic teachings does not lie in their literal scientific accuracy. It lies in their spiritual vision. It lies in the profound sense of wonder, reverence, and interconnectedness they inspire. He was reminding us that the universe is not just a vast, empty machine. It is a sacred, living presence. And that is a message we need to hear today more than ever. In our modern world, it can be easy to feel disconnected. Disconnected from nature, from each other, and from any sense of a greater purpose. We often see the world as a collection of resources to be used, rather than a sacred home to be cherished. The wisdom of Hermes Trismegistus offers a powerful antidote to this alienation. It tells us that we are not separate from the universe. We are a part of it. It tells us that the divine is not in some far-off heaven, but is present here and now, in every atom of creation and in the depths of our own souls. This ancient wisdom encourages us to find a balance between our scientific understanding and our spiritual intuition. We can marvel at the images from the James Webb Space Telescope and at the same time, feel the cosmic harmony that Hermes described. We can study the laws of physics and also recognize the divine intelligence that underlies those laws. The sacred sermon reminds us that the quest for knowledge and the quest for spiritual meaning are not separate journeys. They are two paths leading to the same destination, a deeper understanding of the magnificent universe and our sacred place within it. The voice of the thrice great master still echoes, inviting us to look up, look around, and look within, and to see the glory of it all. If you enjoy this video, like, share, and click the subscribe button. Thank you for watching.